Just a couple of columns talking sports to begin your week and move forward into it. Haisten and Emig and Bill Haisten of the Tulsa World. Sun is out. Snow is melting.
It's glorious.
I've never been happier to look out my window, my man. And it opens the door for you to go cover some college baseball, right?
Yeah.
This week. Tell me about what's in store for fans of the Cowboys.
Well, we're only 49 weeks late getting it done, but OSU finished right about exactly a year ago, Garen, the construction of a $60 million baseball park. Now, you could argue whether you really need a $60 million baseball park, but they did build one, and it is.
Right.
I have toured it. I toured it before it was completed, but I'm told it is, without question, the most impressively outfitted facility in college baseball. Mm-hmm. Well, 8 days before former President Bush was to have thrown out the first pitch, everything's canceled. Everything. March Madness, spring sports, all of it. So here we are now, not quite a year later. Wednesday at 4:00, the Cowboys face Little Rock in the first game. No President Bush, but the first game played at O'Brate Stadium, which everybody has seen. I mean, if you've been to Stillwater in the last year, you've seen the ballpark, and it's just a stunning facility. And no doubt that it was long overdue to build a new park. But what they did really with the baseball facility, Garen, was when they got the pledge for $35 million,
mm-hmm.
It was about $15 million beyond what they were really kind of thinking they might get from Mr. O'Brate. Then they took their plan from like here to here with regard to design and amenities. And so now they've got this amazing facility. People finally can go watch a ball game. Well, for that matter, the Cowboys can finally play a ball game in that park. So yeah, Wednesday, 4:00, O'Brate Stadium should be sold out. Won't be quite have the sizzle it would have had with President Bush.
Sure.
Pitch, but the OSU baseball people are like doing backflips. Very, very excited to get into this facility.
It kicks off in a way that launches a pretty big week over in Stillwater, because we'll transition from baseball to basketball, and finally, speaking of Bedlam basketball. It took a while, but we're assuming there are no more COVID issues with the Cowboys and Sooners. OSU will travel to Norman Saturday, and then the Cowboys get the Sooners the following Monday. In Stillwater, Bill, you and I touched on this last week. Both teams playing well, OU exceptionally well. I don't think anything's changed since a week ago. Both have sort of are entrenched in the NCAA tournament. It's just a matter of how high the seed.
Right. Well, except that what changed, I guess, didn't really change. I can't remember if a week ago today we already knew that I guess we did know that the Baylor game was going to be postponed or canceled for OSU. So that would have been fun to watch, to get a gauge.
Sure.
OSU and how they stack up against a team of that caliber. So, but I turned on Big 12 basketball over the weekend. I had a lot of stuff going on, and I just couldn't turn it off. It's been so much fun to watch, Garen. So much, the quality of play has been so beyond. Now the West Virginia, Texas, the mess on the bench for the Longhorns.
Yeah,
that ain't good.
Nope.
They had a nice season, and it's been Shaka Smart's best season. And then you have an incident like that. If the reader/viewer hasn't seen it, it was an incident between two Longhorn players as Texas was just beginning the process of blowing it. Was it 21-point lead or 19-point lead?
19, yeah.
And of course, West Virginia comes all the way back, wins in Austin. Two Texas players have to be separated. So that was a bad look, obviously. But I mean, even the dadgum, Garen, I even watched the Tulane UCF game. That was
I can't do that. I can't go that far.
I watched the second. I just turned it on to check the score.
Did you? Okay.
Couldn't get away from it. It was really well played. So
yeah, I enjoyed Ohio State Michigan yesterday. That was up till now maybe the game of the year in terms of the matchup of ranked teams in the Big Ten.
I agree totally. Game of the year and beautifully, just like in the Tulane UCF game, the reason I couldn't turn it off, I don't have an investment in either program.
Right.
Although I like Coach Dawkins, but it was just beautifully played offense, man. They were just getting buckets, and it was creativity and artistry, and it was fun to watch. But you're right about the Sooners. They have so far exceeded what I thought they might look like, and they're a lot of fun to watch. So, big games for both Bedlam teams. It's like an NFL schedule backloaded with meaningful games at the end of the regular season.
Yeah, it's strange, but it might be kind of fun at the same time seeing those two.
It'll be really fun. Yeah.
Twice in 3 days. I'll have the column on Saturday. Frank Bonner and Eric Bailey will cover us as well in the game in Norman. Before we get out of here, your column potentially to run Sunday is something you and I have talked about in the past. I think everyone's going to really want to get a hold of. Tell us a little bit about the young star at Tulsa Webster.
Well, he's a senior now. It's crazy because when he was a ninth grader, Garen, he was 5'6" and 125 pounds.
Today, Anthony Pritchard.
Anthony Pritchard. Yes, and he is signed to play at Tennessee Tech, and he is the ultimate guy who fell through cracks and wound up signing with Tennessee Tech because this guy's good enough to play at Oral Roberts. This guy's good enough to play at Tulsa, and now he's about 6'2" and a half, 185 pounds. And reminds me a lot of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, great body control. Made a block the other night, a rundown trail block to win the game against Memorial on a defensive play. So he's a really outstanding player, but his personal story is really what, just causes your jaw to drop, and the challenges that he and his mom have faced over the years with regard to consistent housing and so everybody, I've only spoken with Anthony once so far, but everybody I've talked to about Anthony says he's the most positive, sweet-natured guy, and everybody said when you get to know him, you'll love the kid. And so I've only spoken with him once, made a sensational first impression. He's a beautiful ball player. So, I'm going to spend some time with him this week and write about him for the Sunday paper in advance of what, we're about to get into the high school postseason in a big one. So I just think that Anthony he's one of the top players in the state. The Memorial coach says he's one of the 5 best players he's ever coached against.
Gosh.
15 or 16 years at Memorial. So great player, great story. And I'm looking forward to spending more time with Anthony and getting to know him a little better.
Yeah, well, please be on the lookout for that column. Again, that's happening towards Sunday. Bedlam basketball again on Sunday. You've got OSU baseball midweek. I just dropped a column in on Jalen Hurts and the mutually beneficial relationship between him and the Sooners continuing now that the opportunity is there for Jalen to keep his job as starting quarterback of the Eagles. So always good to write about football. A lot of great content at TulsaWorld.com. Check it out. Don't forget your morning paper that you can now see that the snow has melted. Bill and I will keep cranking. We'll keep writing if you keep reading. Thanks for doing so.